UCON Trident AW, high-performance, water-soluble hydraulic fluids. The no sheen, biodegradable, and low-toxicity fluids for use in marine environments. The hydraulic fluids that help you avoid the high cost of spill cleanup and related shutdowns, and protect your image as an environmentally responsible organization. If your hydraulic fluid floats on the surface of water and leaves a visible sheen, it's the wrong fluid for hydroelectric plants, locks and dams, marine terminals, dredges, workboats, tunnel boring equipment, amusement parks, or other hydraulic service where spills into surface water could occur. These images of fluid containing an illuminating agent and filmed under a black light clearly show that the fluids float on top of the water. It doesn't matter if the fluid supplier claims the hydraulic fluid is biodegradable. If the fluid floats on the surface, it can still cause significant harm to the environment in the event of an accidental leak or spill. It can coat the feathers of waterfowl and the fur and skin of marine mammals, causing harm and even death. It can also wash ashore, killing shoreline plants and fouling rocks, beaches, and other pristine environmental areas. Regulatory authorities can require immediate and costly cleanup at the first evidence of floating fluid or sheen on surface waters. In operations that produce significant amounts of wastewater, a sheen on retention ponds can lead to requirements for more complex and costly water treatment operations. Regulators may even shut down your operations until the source of the leakage is identified and fixed and spill remediation is completed, resulting in lost productivity as well as repair and cleanup expense. Because they float, most biodegradable fluids are not suitable for use in applications where contamination of surface water is possible. Only one family of biodegradable fluids is heavier than water, disperses completely in water, and leaves no visible sheen. UCON Trident AW hydraulic fluids. The difference between the water solubility of UCON Trident fluids and other fluids is dramatic. This demonstration, showing a conventional antiwear mineral oil hydraulic fluid tinted with an illuminating agent and filmed under a black light, shows that even a fluid promoted as biodegradable and low in toxicity floats on the surface. Even after significant agitation, the fluid sheen reforms quickly on the surface. In the field, costly cleanup may be required to restore water quality, protect wildlife, and return the shoreline areas to their natural state. In contrast, when a UCON Trident AW fluid is introduced into water under identical conditions, the fluid sinks immediately, leaving no sheen on the surface. Upon agitation, the fluid disperses completely into the water, and, when the agitation stops, there is still no sheen. Because it does not float on the surface and is water-soluble, wildlife and natural areas are not endangered by a floating slick of fluid. Of course, when it comes to our environment, out of sight is not out of mind. That's why it is important to also note that UCON Trident AW fluids do not pose a hidden threat. They are biodegradable fluids based on the OECD Ready Biodegradability Test Method 301B. And they are low in aquatic toxicity. They meet U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service requirements as practically non-toxic, or relatively harmless to both fresh and saltwater fish and other aquatic wildlife. Spill modeling demonstrates at varying water flow rates the anticipated time required to disperse Trident AW fluid to reduce concentrations in a moving body of water to levels non-toxic to fish, mammals, and other wildlife. Under all of the conditions demonstrated, UCON Trident AW fluids remain at levels considered practically non-toxic by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. In contrast, the same size spills of mineral oils or other fluids that float would coat and endanger wildlife and shorelines and cause other significant pollution damage. For hydroelectric, marine, dredging, dams and locks, or other applications where surface water contamination is a possibility, only UCON Trident AW hydraulic fluids leave no visible sheen. It is important to note, UCON Trident AW fluids provide the no sheen advantage with no compromise in hydraulic fluid performance. UCON Trident AW hydraulic fluids, no sheen. Biodegradable, low toxicity fluids for use in marine environments. Also available are Neptune gear lubricants. Based on the same chemistry as UCON Trident AW hydraulic fluids, they provide the same no sheen performance, biodegradability, and low toxicity advantages, and are available in viscosity grades up to ISO 680. UCON Trident AW hydraulic fluids and Neptune gear lubricants are available exclusively from American Chemical Technologies.